Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little beans out there. Now then, let's put a little bit of light on the subject. So 3, 2, 1, beam me up, Scotty, there we go. I did check my lights before I started just to make sure that they're all juicy and delish. Okay, what's happening here? Anyway, just need to straighten them up. Right, now then, before I start my quick reads, I just want to say something because the reason why is because I just want to have a quick little natter, just a very quick one, okay? It's not going to be long, today, okay? Because I need to get on with my quick reads anyway, because I did let everybody know that I am going to be doing my quick reads, every couple of days, okay? Because I need to get, up on it, okay? Now then, number one, I just want to say something I forgot to say the other day, right? I'd like you to look at, some of you could, if you're interested in it, by the way. You may very well not be interested in it, right? But then some of you may be. So this is on YouTube, okay? And can I just please say, just before I start, I hope that you are all super duper deliciously well wherever you are, my beautiful little babies in the world, okay? And that life is treating you all deliciously, okay? Now then, so this is on YouTube, right? And it's called F for Freddie, T for Thomas, okay? FT. And it is how London became the dirty money capital of the world, okay? So, I'll just repeat that once more. How London became the dirty money capital of the world, okay? So that's number one, okay? If you want to have a little listen to that, I mean, I have sent it, to everybody in my phone, okay? So they already know, okay? So for my beautiful little subscribers out there, for those of you who know, for those of you who do not know, well, please take a look at that, my little beautifuls. And I love you all so very, very, very much. And thank you so very, very much for taking the time to even, subscribe to me, okay? Because I love you all deliciously well. So I just want to send my love to you all, okay? Now then, can I also just say, I was listening to, what's his name? Keir Starmer on a video, right? And he's, talking about, needing, saying that basically that the government, our government, in the UK are really not doing a lot, to help with the crisis, with bills and stuff like that, right? Well, just to let you know, I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them. I do not trust any of them, okay? Because they're two sides of the same coin, right? Now, I keep saying this and I keep saying it, right? So I wouldn't trust a word he says, right? Because all they ever do, they do all these things, they say all these things, they've done it for years and years and years just to get into power, right? So it doesn't matter who it is, what side of it is, right? As soon as they're in power, what do? They're flipping, excuse my French, because I'm not saying that, for my younger audience, right? What I'm saying to you is that then they shite on us, yes. You see, that's all they ever do. So I wouldn't trust a word he says. I wouldn't trust a word because he's a twat. And so is flipping Boris Johnson, right? They're both flipping twats, right? Now then, I've also heard about, so this is, right, annual MOT could be scrapped to ease the cost of living. Right now then, I've mentioned on other videos, haven't I? Everything seems to be about, driving and stuff like that. Now then, well, you see, when you go for an MOT, right, well, in the UK anyway, right, it's usually either between, £45 and sometimes £60, and 9 times out of 10, I mean, let's just face it, because we've been stung left, right and centre. The fact of the matter is that they'll always find a fault. Do you see what I mean? They'll always find a fault. Do you know what I mean? And then you just got to shell out more pound, shilling, dollars and change. Do you see what I mean? It's just what they do, okay? And then, of course, if you get stopped, whether it's, a headlight, your bumper, whatever it is, right? What ends up happening is that then you get a fine for it, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Because that's what they do. It's like they sting you. It's like speeding tickets. It's like everything. And in fact, I'm going to tell you the truth now. Some years back, and I've never ever had a speeding ticket in my life, ever. Right? But I got a flipping speeding ticket. Right? And I was flipping furious about that. I was so flipping annoyed. Right, so then I had to then go and pay nearly £100 to go and attend this blooming course, didn't I? Do you know what I mean? Which really, they just talk about a crock of shite. So I pointed out to them, which I did. I said, well, hold on a minute. I said, which of course, you know, I'm coming back to that. What I'm going to say to you is this, I just have to say something. You see, I question a lot of things. So I asked them, and anyway, I was counting all the heads. Right, that's not been rude to anybody who was there, okay? I was counting all the heads and how much ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching they were making. Do you sort of see? And I pointed out that a lot of the, you know, like these signs, you know, like you have signs, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, maximum speed limit or whatever it is, could be 50 miles an hour or some 70 miles an hour, whatever it is, right? And I said, well, so why is it so then that they do not cut the trees back like on dual carriageways and things like that? And I pointed all this out to them. Well, they didn't have a lot to say. And I said, well, why don't you cut the trees back? Do you know what I mean? Like our governments and everything to cut the trees back, you know, so that people can see the signs. Hello? Do you see what I mean? Anyway, let me just get back to this. So anyway, so I attended it. Yeah, I attended it, I did. And I also said to them as well, I said, well, if we didn't spend flipping 24 flipping million, I said, on flipping raw, flipping pathetic flipping weddings, and start flipping focusing on our roads and everywhere else, then, you know, we wouldn't have all of this. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so I had my say. And of course, you know, the tutors, well, they never knew what to say. Do you see what I mean? Because I told them the way it is. And that's it. So at the end of the day, anyway, so, well, I received a flipping speeding ticket, but that was years back. Do you know what I mean? And I've never, ever had any problem. Do you know what I mean? Ever. But what they do, you see, not far from where I live, and they're so flipping crafty, and I've had to tell taxi drivers, I've had to tell anybody who's driving, right, I said, watch yourself going up that flipping hill, because what they are, they're ever so sneaky, you know, the flipping old bill, right, the police. And what they do, they park the other side of the road, right, and they've got this, like, this van, you know, that's basically what it does is it's clocking everyone. Do you understand what I mean? And they put it that side and then they put it this side. And they're so flipping sneaky and flipping devious and conniving. It's unreal. Do you know what I mean? And then that's how they get them. Do you see what I mean? They get drivers. You know, and I wouldn't even mind, but I wasn't even like speeding. Do you know what I mean? Just flipping annoyed me, that did. Anyway, so getting back to this. Now then, here's the fact of the matter. So they're hitting the cars again, aren't they? Right, and they're on about flipping a diesel. Well, here's what I've got to say. They haven't been on about flipping diesel for flipping a long time, have they? They wasn't on about it, you know, before these flipping electric flipping Lego cars are flipping coming in. Do you see what I mean? That's what they're doing, you see. I could see what they're doing. So, of course, when I heard this, you see, this morning, I thought to myself, I know what you're flipping up to, I do. Do you see what I mean? Because you see, what's going to happen is, you know, because with MOTs, I mean, it does serve a good purpose in some ways, because you see, if you've got a serious problem with a car, with your car, or a car, right, well, it will get picked up on, won't it? But then I also noticed something else, which was years ago, is that, you know, like with an MOT, I mean, surely to goodness, I mean, they should check everything, shouldn't they? But then they went through a stage where they wasn't checking everything. Do you see what I mean? So this about the cost of living is just a crock of shite. What this is that, because of course they're trying to run out the diesel and the petrol cars, aren't they? Do you see what I mean? And to force people to spend thousands and thousands of pounds, grams and grams and grams on these silly little flipping Lego cars, right? Which, like I told you before, and I'm saying it again, flipping, you know, all of a sudden they come to a flipping stop and then you've got to wait, look for a silly flipping little point. Do you know what I mean? To flipping charge it up. The whole lot's flipping madness, flipping bonkers and flipping stupid. So this is a crock of shite, everybody. It's not to help a man and woman out there. No, it is not. Do you see what I mean? And the chances are that, you know, they scrap the MOT. So what's the chances are? right? Unless you're a mechanic, unless you know what you're doing, unless you can, keep a check on things. Well, there's going to be more crashes, isn't there? Do you see? Do you see what I mean? And then this is the whole plan. They're so flipping devious with what they're all doing. And anyway, finally, what I want to talk about, anyway, so I'll close my book now. Finally, what I want to talk about is, I don't know if any of you seen the interview with Donald Trump and Piers Morgan. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I'm just having a sip of my coffee. Please and thank you. Now then, what I'm going to say is so delish. What I'm going to say to you is this, right? I loved it when I seen Donald Trump, right? Because I've got to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not a lover of flipping Piers Morgan. Do you understand what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I just think he was so disloyal, to Donald Trump. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, in part of this interview, Donald Trump, and he says, well, basically he just said, that Piers Morgan, well, he's just fake, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Because the way I see Piers Morgan, it's the way that I've always seen Piers Morgan. Do you know what I mean? He will, and I do not mean this in literal terms, by the way, but he will trample on anybody to get to where he wants to get to. Just like when he flipping lied. Do you know what I mean? Telling flipping lies about the other war, not this one. Do you know what I mean? And he got flipping caught out with that. Just like because he's part of this flipping genocide as well, right? And telling everyone in flipping, to be locked down when he flipping goes away on holiday. Yes, I remember that very well. Do you know what I mean? But I loved it that our Donald Trump, put him in his flipping place. But again, I mean, I've said on a previous video, have I not, that, what we need is businessmen. Now, if you look at Donald Trump, he's a businessman. But I tell you what, he was flipping damn true with what he said when I've heard this morning. And he's so true, because we've got flipping headers, nutcases, flipping running this world. We really, really have ones in flipping government. And of course, who are they answering to? Well, we all know, don't we? And like I said before, and I say it again, they're not flipping eye, they're flipping scum with what they're doing. And they've been doing it for flipping years. To all of us. Do you know what I mean? Now, there's one more thing anyway, but anyway, I still like Donald Trump. Do you understand what I mean? And it was absolutely true. He got cheated out of, with all his votes. Do you understand what I mean? To put flipping twat Biden in. Got flipping nutters flipping running the world. Do you know what I mean? And of course, who's paying for it? We, globally, are all paying for it, aren't we? Right, and finally, sorry, there's one more thing in my mind, and I should have mentioned this. Anyway, I wanted to mention this on another video, but you know what I'm like, I say one thing and then I flipping go off on something else, and unless I write it down. Anyway, I still never wrote this down anyway, but it's in my mind now, so I've got to say it. Now, like this dementia and Alzheimer's. Now, I'm not saying it to hurt or offend anybody, okay? I'm not saying that at all. And I'm going to tell you the reason why as well, is that when I did care work for on and off for over 20 years, okay? So I've seen plenty of it. God bless their beautiful, beautiful souls. Right, and even my own dear Nana, God bless you, my beautiful dear Nana, good morning to you. Right, which I've already said good morning. Right, she had dementia and Alzheimer's, right? So I'm not saying it to offend, to hurt anybody, because I know that it's a delicate subject to talk about. But what I'm going to say to you is, when you see someone who's so flipping brainy, do you know what I mean, and intelligent, and then you see what happens. Well, the fact of the matter is, everybody out there, and I do not care what anyone says to me, so I'm going to say it because God loves the truth. Our dear Creator, dear Jesus Christ of Nazareth, right? The fact of the matter is, it's in our water. That's what's happening. And my dear Nana, God bless her beautiful dear soul, she used to drink a lot of water. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they've been doing. So it's in the flipping water. It is. And I just thought I'd mention it. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I've said before and I say it again, they've been poisoning our food and our drinks for flipping decades and decades and decades. They're wicked and they're evil. Is what they are. And anyway, that is all that I have to say. I'm not saying it to my beautiful my beautiful, beautiful and delicious little subscribers. And I'm not saying, you know, if anybody decides to come across my my video on my channel, right, and please click the like if you enjoy the video, okay, and please share, and thank you. But what I'm saying is I just like to point things out that they make all these flipping excuses. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. No, it isn't. And anyway, and why do you feel that they wanted to, and especially in the Second World War where they wanted to, which they did, they put flipping lemons, I said before and I'll say it again, they put it on ration. And why did they do that then? Because lemons have lots and lots of health benefits. Do you see what I mean? That's the reason why. Yes. So we all know, don't we? Okay? So at the end of the day, and that's what I say, green vegetables, you know, limes, lemons, anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Green, what is it? You know, you can even get green fruits, you know, and all different things, okay? So what I mean? But that all helps. Well, it helps us. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, I mean, it doesn't matter, I do not mean this in a nasty way, but it doesn't matter how much we, you know, what foods and drinks and everything that we have, they still find a way to flipping poison us. See? Do you see what I mean? They're wicked. And yes, we got flipping headers and we're in a very serious situation, you know. And I forgot to say this as well, just before I go, one more thing. I always say that, don't I? Anyway, what I'm going to say to you is as well, I had a dream, you know, about 4 mornings ago, you know, the early hours of the morning. In fact, it woke me up. That's how serious it was. And I forgot to mention it because I keep forgetting to flipping mention things. I had a dream that a plane, not a normal plane, you know, that you go on holiday with, you know, right? Not one of those, but like an army plane or something. And I had a dream, right, that it came overhead and towards Birmingham Airport and it crashed. Yeah. And I had a dream. And it was, you know, and of course it was that serious that it felt that real, like it flipping woke me up. So anyway, I'm not sure whether it's going to be, you know, in Birmingham or where, well, it could very well be. But, you know, but it's certainly happening somewhere, something's going overhead. Do you understand what I mean? And I'm telling you. And of course, they started back up again as well some days ago, didn't they? Flipping, normally the planes go over that side, but a couple of days ago, there were planes, you know, going over this way. I actually mentioned it to my beautiful, dear and delicious little neighbours. You know, I said, look at this. I said, how the planes are coming this way. Well, they're going in some direction, aren't they? Now, I know that for some of you out there, you know, my beautiful and juicy and delicious little subscribers, how I love you all so very, very, very much, and I'll never forget you, I promise you that now, but, and I love you also. But what I'm going to say to you is for the ones who obviously stumble across my video or channel, right, who do not know me, you think I'm cuckoo. Well, I'm not. And I also dreamt as well 2 mornings ago, and I forgot to mention this as well. I had a dream. I dreamt about a platinum solitaire diamond ring, single stone, and I dreamt of a yellow gold. But the thing was, it wasn't like your 9, 18, 22 carat. This was 24, which is Indian gold. Now, the Indian gold, anyway, that's very expensive, right? And it has been for years. But what I'm saying, it bends easily. Do you know what I mean? So say if it's a ring, because it's so, do you know what I mean? Because it's just so soft, if you know what I mean. So even if you have it as a ring or something like that, you know, it can bend a lot easier, do you know what I mean, than any others, do you see what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, it's like if you go abroad, like when we used to get our repairs in, when we used to do the, you know, the jewellery repairs, what happens is that like you was getting, where was it, in different countries, okay, and people say if somebody had gone on holiday, you know, and then they decided to purchase, I don't know, a necklace or a bracelet or, you know, a ring or something, right, be 14 carat, 15 carat, which of course we don't deal with that. I mean, I'm not sure about now because it's been, you know, years to me, but what I'm saying to you is that we would usually only deal in 9 carat, 18, 22. Do you see what I mean? But like I say, and it was so difficult to repair it because it's in between metals, isn't it? So do you see what I'm saying to you? You know, it's hard for me to explain it, but anyway. But I had a dream. It's just really bizarre. So if we're looking at that, so we're looking at what the UK and we're looking at India. If you know, there we go. Do you see what I mean? So anyway, on that note, my little angels, okay, I just thought I'd just have a quick little natter, okay? Now, until I'm going to be doing my quick reads now, okay? So wishing you all the most beautiful and delicious day, my little wonderfuls. Much love to you all. God bless to you all. May you all be blessed with joy, happiness, peace and love. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.